Almost 2,400 fake or inflated insurance claims are made each week. The industry says it costs providers and honest policyholders more than £21 million each week.
We talk about car insurance coming down, but clearly other things still remain high. And a study has found that if insurance companies simply redesigned claim forms, they could dramatically cut fraud. Philip Hampshire has been finding out more.
They say that honesty pays, but when it comes to insurance claim forms, some claimants are being a little creative when answering questions. Over the last few years, there's been a lot of news stories about organised gangs setting up fake traffic accidents so they can benefit from the claims. But the issue has gone beyond car insurance now. The Association of British Insurers says that for the first time, fake claims have topped £1 billion a year.
Fraud comes in all shapes and sizes. It ranges from the opportunist fraudster who may be going on holiday, may lose their watch and actually inflate its value, right the way through to the highly organised cash for crash gangs. Now, this is not a victimless crime. These costs are being passed on to customers through higher premiums, which is why the industry is doing all it can.
But for someone who buys a home contents insurance and unfortunately has a break-in, they may think it's okay to inflate the value of their goods. After all, can they be sure that everything will get paid out by the insurer, or even that they've remembered every item that got taken? So what have customers' experiences been?
My mobile was stolen, and I tell them exactly what happened. I tell them the true story, and they failed to pay me. Once again, same thing happened, but this time I didn't tell them the exact story. I just told them a bit of the story, and I got my mobile back.
No, I've never had to claim on the insurance. I've been quite lucky, I suppose.
I think most of the time we forget to claim on our insurance. I think we're quite guilty of that.
Well, when taking in claims details, the insurance industry says honesty is always the best policy. But actually, there may be simple ways that honesty can be improved without heavy investigation of every claim that's made.
One of the things about the way that claim forms are designed is that you get to sign the form at the end to say that everything you've told was the truth. By moving, for instance, the signature from the end of the form to the beginning of the form, it makes people think more honestly about the answers they're giving during the form. So that's a really simple thing that we found during this research that can reduce fraud by about 9%.
These new ideas are prompted by insurance firms teaming with psychologists. The hope is that by understanding the way the mind is wired, the industry can encourage greater honesty. If that lowers fraud too, everyone will find it cheaper to insure their most cherished possessions. Philip Hampshire, BBC News.
It is just after 9:15. This is Breakfast from BBC News. Our main stories this morning. And medics have told the BBC that more than 100 people have been killed and hundreds more injured during rival mass rallies in Egypt.
The driver of the Spanish train that crashed at high speed on Wednesday has been arrested now on suspicion of reckless driving. Also coming up on this morning's programme, we're going to find